Good day, everyone. I'm Dave Rubenstein, Editor-in-Chief of IT Ops Times and ST Times, and I would like to welcome you to today's program called Accelerate IT Automation with Streamlined Modeling and AI. Before we get started, I have just a few quick announcements. So this event is being recorded and will be available on demand starting tomorrow on sdtimes.com. Also, today's session will be followed by a live Q&A. So at any point during the program, if you have a question, type it into the chat, and we will get to as many as time will allow today. Finally, the slide deck of today's event is going to be available in the handouts section of your screen there by the chat, and that's for you to download and take with you. So as we've been reporting, workload automation is a critical piece of digital transformation. This can enable practitioners to schedule and execute business process workflows, optimize data transfer and processing, and cut down on errors and delays in execution of the business processes themselves. So to talk more about it and to talk about the HCL Workload Automation solution that's going to be coming out very soon, we're joined by Francesca Curzi. She's Director and Global Leader for Workload Automation at HCL. And Marco Cardelli, he's the Product Manager of HCL Workload Automation. So to get us started now, here's Francesca.
Thank you. Let me start sharing my screen and kick off this session with an amazing video. Okay, that's perfect. I hope the video was great. So Marco, you can take back the control and start sharing the presentation for the session. So thank you so much for your availability today. It's my pleasure spending this time in introducing to you some amazing information about how you can accelerate your IT automation with the streamlined modeling and advanced AI capability brought into the market with the availability of HCL Workload Automation version 10. So let's start. What we wanted just to introduce some context that will be the baseline of overall conversation that we will have today. So we are experiencing in the market a so interesting transformation in the workload automation landscape, driven by the digital and the cloud transformation in premise, moving the standard scheduling solutions that are now considered as a commodity to a real opportunity for more agility and business transformation, moving this technology to a context that is recognized in the market as service orchestration and automation platform. You will learn from us the SOAP acronym more often during this session. Enterprises are looking to evolve and innovate, evaluating different strategies, different approaches. As you can see here, three main paths are currently followed by enterprises that are in some cases still investing on legacy systems that could be distributed or mainframe, or thinking about rehosting, re-architecting with a lift and shift type of approach, the different applications, if not completely running on the cloud, rebuilding, reinventing the paradigm of deployment of even developing of applications, leveraging the cloud native capabilities that are now available. All these different strategies bring together a common factor. The business processes are interconnected with the platforms and the heterogeneous systems that bring together challenges and risks. Applications and workload are no longer hosted in predefined data centers, but are now spread across multiple clouds, bringing in this way challenges and risks that needs to be managed and mitigated. We can switch to the next chart, Marco, because the value that we as a technology are bringing into the market that is also recognized by analysts. And you can see here, for example, Gartner, that is again pushing for the need of a service orchestration and automation platform to remove the different islands of automation and enabling enterprises and line of businesses to be more and more on the top of the control of the backend processes, not just from a standard automation point of view, but even leveraging more and more event-driven capabilities to promptly react and address the agility of the business as it is becoming more and more interconnected across different applications. In the context of the SOAP platform, we can spend more time talking about this, but I wanted just to highlight three main areas that during conversation with customers are taking more and more attention to as a main points driving the evolution of the workload automation platforms. These are the event-driven automation to simplify the T processes involving manual steps or scripting. And this is considered so critical to increase business efficiency and agility while helping saving costs. The self-service automation. We will see with Marco some of advanced value that we can bring into the enterprise landscape, empowering business users, developers, and others to orchestrate their own jobs, bringing again the power of the automation to the end users, to the line of businesses that need to orchestrate end-to-end business processes. And then finally, what I want to highlight is the need for the management of data flows. Here, the file transfer capability is becoming more and more important to be really interconnected and reacting in a prompt manner to data that is also so critical across the landscape. I think it's now the time for an initial question for the audience. If you want to, okay, start showing it. If you, we are really interested, do you already have an automation solution in place in your enterprise? Just a few seconds to answer this question. This is important because, again, in the past, this was always considered a commodity. Most of the enterprises already have something in place, but now it's the moment to really think switching this to a real enabler for digital and cloud transformation. Again, a real opportunity. Thanks for the people that answered. What we wanted to introduce to you is the HCL offering that is now available in the market, and we are so proud of launching today the version 10.1 of HCL Workload Automation as a unique technology available in the market to enable this transformation, executing every type of jobs anywhere, on-premise or on the cloud of your own choice. That could be different solutions available on the AWS marketplace or on the cloud, again, of your choice, removing these islands of automation across different applications. HCL Workload Automation brings into the market unique capabilities with advanced modules.
So we were going through the recap of the value proposition of the product, and basically our automation platform is based on 3 different layers. The most important one being the orchestration part, of course. The HCL Workload Automation, it's the core part of this offering. It includes a single point of control on the web user interface. It has a lot of orchestration capabilities and can be deployed on container with all its components. So that's a very important differentiator. And also, of course, through the definition of the workflows, it's possible to simplify and manage the complexity of the workload execution in customers' environment. Obviously, in our automation platform, we have 2 more layers that are very important to implement the concept of platform. So there are automation accelerators, the multiple integrations that we provide on the Automation Hub that allow our customers to automate multiple automation domains. So that was basically what Francesca was mentioning in his previous slide, with all the domains, automation domains that we can control from one single point. And then we have the layers of add-on developed in HCL that are intelligent operations. So these are tools that can be used to enhance the operational experience of our customers. Last point, we can be deployed basically on any kind of platform, from legacy platforms with traditional installations, even on mainframe, and all the modern cloud Kubernetes platform. That's a very flexible offering that we provide for deployment. By the way, we are also available on AWS Marketplace, Azure Marketplace, and SAP Application Center. Here, a few examples and maybe an interesting organization of our plugins that are available on the Automation Hub. So what is a plugin? Basically, it's a way to orchestrate all these different applications without the need of writing a script to manage them. So you have an ad hoc plugin panel in the web user interface to define specifically that kind of job. You just provide parameters to orchestrate it, and then you're done. It's a definition in our database. You don't need to write or maintain scripts. We provide many different integrations that are useful for and important, actually, for any kind of industry, as you can see here. And in particular, ERP integrations like SAP, Oracle E-Business, PeopleSoft, ETL and big data integrations like Informatica, Hadoop, Cognos, DataStage. Service-oriented architecture, there we have multiple ways to manage message queues and web services and RESTful APIs. We have file transfer relational databases. We have many integrations with cloud services, both in to provision virtual machines in many different cloud environments, in particular AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, but also direct integrations with cloud services like AWS, SNS, SQS, and Lambda, like Azure Data Lake Storage, Databricks, and Resource Manager, like Google Cloud, Dataflow, Functions, Storage, and so on. Last, but also very important, we are also automating some RPA tools, which means that we provide the possibility to orchestrate the execution of the bots, in particular on Automation Anywhere, on Blue Prism, and UiPath is just coming, as well as IBM RPA. It's planned for this year. Let me spend a few words on the tools that we provide as add-on value for intelligent operations. We have Hero. It's our health check and runbook optimizer. Basically, it's used for traditional installations of the product, not when it's deployed in cloud Kubernetes environment. And here, on traditional installation, it's able to monitor the HWA infrastructure and provide runbooks to recover possible issues that may occur, maybe for resources not available or file that are not available as well. Clara is the intelligent virtual assistant. It provides product expert knowledge through a chatbot, but also allow our customers to have a different kind of interaction with the product based on this chatbot, and can perform queries, can perform actions. So even some commands for simple commands for the scheduler. So this can be very easy to use for our customers in specific scenarios. Then we have AI Data Advisor. Is the AI engine that we are delivering right now with version 10. And this is very important because it introduces AI intelligence to analyze historical execution data for many different scenarios, in particular anomaly detection. Then we have TVRX. TVRX, it's even a jump to the future, because here we are extending the dynamic workload console capabilities to provide with virtual reality. And this provides a very new experience and completely innovative way to work with the product, provides improved data analytics, and gives our customers the possibility to build a war room for real-time collaboration. So that's a very innovative way to work with products. None other tools of our kind, no other automation platform is innovating so much in the way operators can interact with the product.
Yeah, Marco, let me just add the comment about these bundles, I will say, that we offer included with our price. And that's related to specific business value assessments that we had with many customers. The value that Hero and Clara and this technology are bringing are a dramatic cost saving for operation and administrators. With some customers, we are also introducing millions of dollars of saving, making their team more and more agile, helping them to just manage the level 1 type of support with the availability of Clara, and dramatically reducing the total cost of ownership of the infrastructure with the availability of Hero. So as a unique differentiator in the market, especially for MSPs or bigger enterprises, these capabilities, these modules are a game changer to be more and more efficient, helping them in saving internal cost.
Okay, thank you, Francesca. Now let's take a look at the contents of version 10, in particular the wows of this new very important release that allow our product to make another important step in enhancing the automation platform. So on one side, we have an enhanced operational experience. This is based on the AI intelligence that I just mentioned to provide anomaly detection for the workloads that we manage. But also we have another important innovation, which is allowing our customers to use observability to monitor both the workload automation infrastructure and the workloads that we manage. Then we have these new capabilities of providing file transfer, not only through integrations, but specifically allowing our agents to move files into customers' environments. That's a very important new feature that we are going to provide out of the box with the startup license of the product. So it's not going to be a tool for which we require extra charge. It's just selecting another protocol for file transfer where this protocol is agent to agent. So it's a very important new. Then we have one-stop automation modeling. So a new way to define your workflows to bridge your IT and business applications with an intuitive design. This is because we completely renewed the modeling part of the web user interface, and we streamlined the way these workflows can be defined. Let me go into more details about all these three wows. So AI is important to us. It's important to introduce AI and machine learning to enhance the operational experience of our tool. And this is because this new technology can provide a lot of help to operators and the administrators that work with our interface. In particular, version 10 will enhance this operational experience through anomaly detection and identification of patterns in the workload execution. But in the future, we want also to take care of noise reduction related to alerts and messages of the product to help our operators to fix job issues, providing root cause analysis and suggesting self-healing based on historical data, and also improve the usability of the dynamic workflow console by allowing AI to help customers to define objects, to find features, and so on. Now, let me quickly talk about what we provide in version 10. There's this new component called AI Data Advisory available on container. This technology, this new component uses big data, machine learning, and analytics technologies on workload automation data, provides anomaly detection, and alerts the user when it detects an anomaly. At that point, it's possible to use a specific UI that provides historical data analysis for jobs and workstations. So it's possible to empower operators with this technology, and they can select to use it on the overall workload execution on selected, or as alternative, they can select a few jobs where they want to do anomaly detection. And in particular, it could be critical endpoints where they have SLAs defined. Now, this tool will periodically read workload automation data that are published through open metrics, analyze it, and detect possibly anomalies. In case an anomaly is detected, an alert is shown on the web user interface, and the user can launch in context the AI Data Advisor UI to start doing, trends and data analysis with charts and statistics. Observability is an important, very important new theme. It's the modern way to monitor IT environments. The old traditional monitoring tools cannot be adequate to monitor cloud-native applications in modern distributed cloud environments. That's why we need observability. Observability is based on three main telemetries: metrics, logs, and traces. We have implemented already two of them until version 10.1. The traces will come with the fix fact that we will deliver in the last quarter of this year. We use open standards to provide this data. So this is very important to basically allow the support of our workload automation data for all these domain tools on the market, main observability tools on the market: Grafana, Prometheus, Instana, Dynatrace, New Relic, Splunk. For Splunk, we intend also to provide add-on dashboards.
That is so important, Marco, and this is coming more and more in the conversation with many customers, and even in the evaluation on RFPs, as a strategic capability to be really plugged into the context of this integration with the observability tools. We have also a question that we wanted to post to the audience. Do you use any observability tool to monitor your cloud native environments? So we'll be happy if you can share your feedback about the adoption of observability tool that is existing in your landscape. The next session, the next question that we wanted even to ask, I think we already received it, is how the AI is relevant for your automation strategy. So thanks for the people that started sharing the feedback on this. Thanks, Marco. Please continue.
Okay, now let's talk about managed file transfer. So managed file transfer is a very important new capabilities we are adding with version 10.1. There is a new component called file proxy that will provide the capability to move files between agents, secure file transfer. This new component is deployable either with traditional installation or on container, can be installed with a distributed server or standalone. And this depends on the load that you want to put on these file transfer capabilities. So if you have many files to transfer, you probably want to use a standalone installation of the file proxy to avoid overloading the workload automation engine. It's available for both dynamic and static agents, so with distributed or Z engine. And if you use it as a standalone component, can be configured in high availability. We had already enhanced the user interface to monitor in the best way the file transfer jobs. So we have now a dashboard filtered for file transfer jobs. You can have multiple file transfer defined and monitored in parallel in the same job. So in the panels with the details, you can see all of them. And these are really executed in parallel because we use multi-threading. You can rerun each file transfer from the point of failure. Obviously, you don't need to restart from scratch the file transfer. You can also select to retransfer just one of these files. You can use wildcards and irregular expressions to rename the files after the transmission. Finally, you can also move files to and from the systems. So we support also mainframe environments. So I'm not sure if before going to the next, we have another following question.
No, there was also a question about the tracking of the status of transferred files.
Yes.
If users can do it, and I think you clarified that this is also possible.
Yes,
right?
We have very detailed monitoring information. We have this, let's say, kind of interface where you see all the details of each file transfer with also not only the status, but also the percentage, how much time is needed for completing the transfer, and all the detailed information.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thanks for the answer. Let's cover the last wow factor that we have with the product version.
Okay, so it's the new Workload Designer, so a completely renew of the modeling part of the web user interface. Now we provide a unified access point to design your workflows, to define all your database objects, obviously based on our security authority. There's an improved search functionality and object listing. There's possibility to do issue queries to find the objects in a very easy way with a very simple syntax. The graphical views are integrated with the new Workload Designer, and there is a new and improved properties navigation. Also, it is possible to edit multiple objects at the same time and to import directly from here, from the Workload Designer, objects from Workload Application Template format. It is the format that we provide. Is a text format. It's a zip file containing text files with a full set of definitions, job streams, jobs, and so on, and are really important to be used in DevOps scenario where you want to move your definitions from one environment to another, from a development, test, and production environment. Then we have a new landing page based on folders. So it's all brand new and uses a very modern technology. You will like it. It has also another important capability is the helping context that you will see is very easy to use and provides lots of useful information when you are starting to use this new interface.
Thanks, Marco. And we will answer to the questions just all together at the end. So just bear a couple of more minutes and we will go through the different questions. The last message that we wanted to share is the availability of HCL as a unique vendor able to support you with the overall transformation, not just bringing to you the technology, the power of the enterprise-grade workload automation platform, but even our subject matter experts and the availability of our Center of Excellence in migration projects to enable your transformation with us, leveraging the expertise that we have and ensuring that migration projects can be managed, reducing dramatically the timeline and even bringing to you a free of charge migration assessment to work in a proactive way about how long the migration project will take and how much it will cost, helping you in switching to our SAP certified platform, again, removing the different islands of automation. So feel free to reach out to us in case you are also using an existing scheduling on workload automation technology, and we will be more than happy to support you with an introduction about this transformation. So I think we can now switch, David, to answering some questions that we have received. So,
absolutely.
Yes, let me start here with some questions that we see. At the beginning, Francesca spoke about self-service UI. Can you please provide more details? Sure. The context of self-service capabilities, something that is, as also Gartner introduced, more and more of need for the different line of businesses. With Clara, we bring to the end users a more capability to respond in a tailored way to the need to have direct and self-service management of the business with the customizable dashboard. Different profiles can access the data that they need directly with tuning the visibility of the data accordingly to their profiles. And Marco, do you want to share some more further information to complete the?
Yeah. We have a self-service specific UI that is called a self-service catalog that will be integrated in the new Workload Designer with our next fix pack. So by the end of this year, and there we will renew completely this capability integrated with the new technology of the Workload Designer. So it's an important area of investment for us.
Thanks, Marco. The other question is, are there any news for dynamic agents capability?
Well, they actually are an important part of our strategy because of the integrations that can be executed only through the dynamic agents, and also the file transfer capabilities are all available for dynamic agents. Moreover, we have in plan also that in our roadmap to implement the remote command line to allow our customers to interact also from the machines where the dynamic agents are running directly to the scheduler with more in an easier way.
Okay. All right, we have a couple of other questions that I'd like to throw out at you right now. One of them is, so how does the SaaS offering work if I want to change my cloud provider?
Okay. Francesca, do you want to take this
yes,
one? Or?
Yes, sure. So as we offer a dedicated SaaS model that would allow customers to even adopt the product on the cloud of their choice. We do not want to have a vendor lock-in. customers can select the cloud platform, and we can bring to on the table a dedicated SaaS offering, really bringing to the customer with the bring your own license model, the possibility and the flexibility to adopt our technology, both on premise or on the cloud of their choice, or even as a dedicated SaaS offering. So complete flexibility to adopt the technology on premise or on the cloud accordingly to the customer needs. And again, no extra cost to switch from a technology of another. License will be valid for all different scenarios.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Next question I think is a good one. So how is this different from RPA?
Well, this is very different, actually. RPA is a technology that automates some human activities. So it allows to replace some repetitive activities like filling up modules or other kind of web-related activities. So RPA tools provide bots to do that kind of technology, to implement this kind of scenarios, let's say. And in some cases, they have light orchestration capabilities to, coordinate these bots. But very often they need more sophisticated orchestration capabilities. Our automation platform integrates with RPA tools to provide better orchestration capabilities in these kind of scenarios. So we orchestrate RPA tools, but we don't do RPA directly. So it's quite different, even though sometimes we are confused.
Mm-hmm. But it's really removing these islands of automation, so plugging RPA solution into wider end-to-end automation landscapes.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. I think we're just about out of time. So I certainly would like to thank Francesca Cursi, Marco Cardelli from HCL to explain the new workload automation tool. We'd like to thank HCL for sponsoring today's presentation, and certainly like to thank all of our attendees for taking a little bit of time out of their day today to hear what we have to say. So to all of you, thanks again. Once again, I'm Dave Rubenstein, Editor-in-Chief of IT Ops Times and SD Times, saying so long for now.
Have a lovely day. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you.